Well, y'all, here is my end of 2016 picture of everything I found since about mid-June. I found a total of 58. In this picture, there are 44 and 4 deadheads. And I could have included some of the lower quality ones, but I just decided, you know, if it was green and just a nub, it went back to the squirrels, you know, a little secret place. I pile them up deep in the woods. So here you go. I got some really unusual ones, and the floods really kind of hurt me a little bit because I figured we went into a flash drought and we didn't get as much rain as we should have for about 2 months, and so it really didn't wear down all of the big sand dunes that had covered up a whole bunch of sheds. So they're still there, and you know, next year I'll probably start finding sheds been buried for a year, so kind of is what it is. And here I've got this first one is a poacher's cull found near the shoreline. It's a 3-year-old that pretty sure he shot because he doesn't take the head. He don't want the cull. Then the other 3 are all coyote kills. Those 2 right there are spiked 1-year-olds. Actually, I believe one is a 1. No, they're both 1-year-olds. I think, pretty sure. One might be a 2, but I'm pretty sure. And either way, they are spiked. No time, bad genetics, probably bad health. Both were on trails. They weren't near the water, so they were coyote catches almost certainly. And then that one right there was actually a coyote catch. I found that on a very well-worn trail, and he got ambushed. And he won the jackpot on genes. That is a 2-year-old with not far from a legal spread. A 2-year-old with not far from a legal spread. So, but he got had, and the coyotes at him, and I probably found his, probably been out there a month and a half, maybe 2 months. So I mean, beautiful genes. They just, you know, they got him. And this was where there's coyotes, not coy wolves, so they're a little smaller on the area that I saw them. And then in another area there are coyotes on steroids, and I have them on critter cam. I have them up, and they are bigger, anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds depending. But there's one that clearly is between 50 and 60 pounds. There's no doubt about it. 50 and 60 pounds, which is close to the size of a Mexican gray or red wolf, because they're a lot smaller than they are up north. Close. And so a lot more wolf genes than, and maybe even some coy dog, who knows. But they're a lot bigger, and they take out 3- and 4-year-olds, and I found their deadheads before in previous videos. So we're sitting at 3 minutes, and got some really unusual ones this year too. This one right here is actually a shed antler that it got broke off in velvet. And that's so dark because it probably had all the blood supply from the velvet just kind of hanging on it. But the antler was gone. And that's why it's I believe that's why it's as dark as it is. But that's my guess. And you know, and then it'll harden into that position. So goodness gracious, that is actually a shed antler. So most unusual one I've ever found. Very unusual. So, and I've got another one that was probably damaged in velvet. This one right here got damaged in velvet too. And a little crack is from me, believe it or not. But make a good dog chew. So that one was broke off in a fight. Never found the base. No, it is not the base over there. Although, and no, they weren't on the same. They weren't in the same place. So not far. And other than that, we're looking at a 4-minute video. So there is my most coolest, unusual one I've ever seen. And it's super light, and I have no idea how it didn't get broken being the way it is. But 3-year-old, awesome, goes on my unusual shelf. So, and a bunch of matching sets to include fresh drops that dropped in August because of certain environmental factors. It just is what it is. That set right there, there's one, and the other one's on the other end. I found them in August and probably dropped in late July. Amazing and very unusual for this part of the country. So there's your almost 5-minute video, y'all. It's been a good year, and you know, interesting. Had a lot of interesting experiences in the woods, and let's see what I do next year. Y'all have a fine evening. Bye now.